Hello everyone, Arwoht here, and today we are going over Shaman runes in Season of Discovery. Keep in mind I am not a Shaman player because in Vanilla Alliance can be Shamans and I enjoy playing Alliance. So yeah, there is that. However, I can still show these runes to you, share them with you, so you can form your own opinion and decide if they look interesting or not. First one we have is Dual Wield Specialization. Increases your chance to hit with both spells and melee attacks by 5% while dual wielding, and your Storm Strike ability now hits with both weapons while dual wielding. It looks like that Blizzard wants to encourage shamans to go to that dual wielding instead of using two-handers. Now, is this the right choice? If this the appropriate choice? I'm not really sure. It seems like that a lot of shaman players enjoyed two-hand weapons because of that big procs and potential to one-shot someone. So I'm not really sure if this will be something that player base will see as a positive or negative. It would be nice if there are both options, if there are some runes that will increase both types of gameplay. And I mean, we still don't know. These are only the runes that we will see initially once we get to that level 25 cap. Now, once the cap is increased to 40, 50, and 60 respectively, we will see additional runes. So maybe even though in the beginning that shamans won't have some runes that will increase two-handed damage, maybe later on we will see um, that gameplay improved as well. Next one is Shield Mastery. Each time you block, you regenerate mana equal to 4% of your maximum mana, and you gain armor equal to 30% of your shield's armor value, stacking up to 5 times. You also always gain 10% increased chance to block and 15% increased block value. So what we see here is not just a regular defensive option, it is also that shamans will be able to tank in Season of Discovery. A lot of shaman players were always discussing option of shamans being able to tank, and now Blizzard is enabling that, giving shamans runes that will enable them to tank. This is only one of them, and it looks like a really good survivability option while also giving you some mana back so you are not mana starved. We will see how will this play out. I feel like a lot of shaman players will actually enjoy having an option to tank. We just have to see if it will be viable or if it will be strong enough to tank raids. And even if it's not strong enough to be like main tank, maybe you can be off tank or maybe you can be tank for the dungeons. Overload gives your lightning bolt, chain lightning, chain heal, healing wave and lava burst spells a 33% chance to cast a second similar spell on the same target at no additional cost that causes half damage or healing and a no threat. Great option in PvE, also great option in PvP. I feel like shamans will going to have a blast with this one. Shamans already have potential to one-shot someone, or if not one-shot to deal like crazy amount of burst if they have their procs aligned. And with overload, this all just boosts that gameplay, so shamans will enjoy it even more. Healing Rain selects the area 15 yards around the target player and heals all of the target player's party members within that area for a certain amount of health every second. Shamans were kind of decent AoE healers because you had the chain heal. Now it's being boosted up with Healing Rain if you decide to go with that route. And I believe that for healing shamans, for resto shamans, this is what you will be picking, as some other options for the chest are not really useful for resto shaman. Then ancestral guidance. For the next 10 seconds, 25% of your damage is converted to healing on up to 3 nearby party members, and 100% of your healing is converted to damage on your most recent flame shock. Instant, it is 2-minute cooldown, so kind of your oh shit button, but also can be used to dish out some damage if you feel like you need to. Additional AoE healing ability, so Resto Shamans will have really strong AoE healing. Earth Shield protects the target with an earthen shield, reducing casting or channeling time lost when damaged by 30% and causing attacks to heal the shielded target for 100. This effect can only occur once every few seconds, 3 charges last 10 minutes. Earth Shield can only be placed on one target at a time, and only one elemental shield can be active on a target at a time. So this one is something that maybe some shamans will be using. You can put it on a tank, tank will get passively healed. However, the charges will go away rapidly. This is also something that potentially shamans can use in PvP as well, because it will prevent spell pushback, so it will be really strong. As long as you can also dodge those interrupts, Earth Shield may be a very viable choice in PvP. Way of Earth. While Rock Biter weapon is active on your main hand, you deal 100% increased threat, gain 30% increased health, take 10% reduced damage, gain 6% reduced chance to be critical hit by melee attacks, and Earth Shock taunts targets to attack you and has a separate cooldown from other shock spells, but has its range reduced to melee range. So this is your main rune for tanking. It gives you a bunch of defensiveness and it also provides you with a taunt. Shamanistic Rage reduces all damage you take by 20% and you regenerate mana every second for 15 seconds. Mana regenerated per second is equal to 50% of your attack power, 10% of your spell power, or 6% of your healing power, whichever value is greatest. This is one of your stronger defensive options that you can take on every spec for shamans, because it will reduce all the damage you take and it will also give you some mana back, and it's on a short cooldown. It's 1 minute cooldown, so you can keep using it in raids to regen that mana if you really need to on this low cooldown, and it's also 15-second duration. I feel like if you are not anticipating any high damage intake, you can just keep using it. And also this feels like one of the stronger options for PvP, because you will take that reduced damage and you will get mana back, which is one of the most important things in PvP, because shamans are kind of mana starved. They go through mana really fast, so you need something that will give you mana back, and also you have something to kind of survive a bit more against warriors and rogues that will be dishing out a lot of damage. Water Shield. The caster is surrounded by 3 globes of water, granting 1% of your maximum mana per 5 seconds. When a spell melee ranged attacks hit the caster, 4% of maximum mana is restored to the caster. This expands one water globe, and only one globe will activate every few seconds, lasts 10 minutes. Only one elemental shield can be active on the shaman at any one time. This will be something that will primarily be used in PvE, I would say, especially for resto shamans, maybe elemental shamans, but probably just resto shamans. This is some nice mana regeneration. Lava Burst. You hurl molten lava at the target, dealing certain amount of fire damage. If your flame shock is on the target, Lava Burst will deal a critical strike. This is great for shamans overall. Every shaman can use this. Imagine resto shaman getting critical hits with Lava Burst and one-shotting someone. But for elemental and enhanced shamans, this will be insane damage increase that you can do from range, especially if you use that other rune that gives you 33% chance to repeat the spell. This will be just in potential of insane burst. Then Lava Lash. You charge your offhand weapon with lava, instantly dealing 100% of 100% offhand weapon damage. Damage is increased by 20% if your offhand weapon is enchanted with Flame Tongue. Great PvE option for enhanced shamans, good PvP option as well. You won't be using this as a tank shaman because you will probably will be using a shield, so you won't have offhand weapon. However, a decent option for all those enhanced shamans that won't be tanking but actually doing some DPS instead. Molten Blast blasts enemies in a cone in front of you for a certain amount of attack power. This ability generates a high amount of threat. Flame Shock periodic damage has a 10% chance to reset the cooldown on Molten Blast. This will be used by enhanced tank shamans. It is your AoE ability on a short cooldown, so kind of a cleave. It will just hit in a cone, so you will be able to keep your threat on all those dungeon mobs that are going to be hit by a bunch of AoE spells by your DPS teammates. That would be all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!